Tycoon-Nites. This is Tycoon-A-Tron and welcome back to another episode of Planet Coaster Recreations. That's right, we're back in Planet Coaster Recreations to go and recreate another coaster. You guys already probably know what it is, depending on the intro and the fact that, I would have put it on the thumbnail. But anyway, in this episode of Recreations, we are going to be recreating Voyage at Holiday World in the USA. Now, I did just momentarily forget what we were recreating, but we're going to recreate Voyage. Now, this is the previous recreation. If you guys want to go see the previous recreation, then we can go back and have a look at this, but this is Cheetah Hunt. But that's not what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be looking at, we're going to be building the Voyage. But anyway, so I'm going to go straight into time-lapse mode and recreate this, and you will get an awesome voiceover from future Tycoon-A-Tron. Sure, he's in the future, right? Okay, so here we are in the time-lapse, the recreation time-lapse that we usually do. But anyway, so we're just starting off, and it does have a kink at the bottom. Now, I'm just trying to get the... I'm like going backwards and forwards. Whenever I do any of these recreations, I always go backwards and forwards and continue to look at all of the footage that I've got. So I've got a whole bunch of first-person camera modes, a whole bunch of screenshots and images and everything like that. Now, this coaster itself was a little bit more difficult because the majority of the coaster is actually like in amongst the forest, which is kind of makes it a little bit more interesting, I suppose, because you go like swooping down past trees and everything like that. We get and end up doing a whole bunch of scenery around here, but I'm not 100% happy with the way that this turned out, admittedly. This is probably one of my least favorite recreations that I have ever recreated. Not the fact that the coaster is bad, the fact that me building it isn't that great, because what ends up happening, the only thing that I can think of now, because we end up running into a major problem, like, near the end of the coaster, but the only thing that I can think of that is happening is the fact that the coaster is actually gradually going up a hill rather than being flat. But I don't know, because I haven't been there, and I can't really tell from videos and stuff if that's actually the case. Now, here I am actually trying to make it go under that definite arch there, and I'm like, it's not quite looking right. Something's wrong. Only to find out that it was actually supposed to go under the hump beforehand. Do I work it out soon? No, I'm still trying to build it to go under this hump. And I'm like, yeah, that's where it's supposed to go, right? It just doesn't, something's not right. Something just doesn't look right. And I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? Something's wrong. Eventually I work out that no, it's supposed to go under the arch beforehand. But this is a really crazy wooden coaster. I would really, really like to go on this coaster. This coaster looks really entertaining. It's surprisingly long, considering it only has one lift hill. Now, the lift hill is the correct height, or should be the correct height. It's got the correct height drop on it. However, they're like I said, well, I might as well get to what the issue is, mightn't I? We end up running out of speed near the end of the coaster, and I have, for the life of me, don't know how to fix it, because we just don't have enough speed to end the coaster. I end up putting in an extra lift hill. The actual coaster itself does not have an extra lift hill, obviously. Well, not necessarily, obviously. You guys might not know, but yeah, so that's why I didn't like this recreation as much. I don't understand how this coaster would be able to go that. What has it got, like, oil on the tracks or something? The super less friction? Admittedly, I could have went ahead and turned the no friction mod on. Was it no friction? Or I could have lowered the friction of the coaster, but I didn't want to do that. I wanted to build it without needing to go ahead and do that. So we end up, like, going ahead and building a whole bunch of lift hills in the other section. It gets kind of quite slow at the end, admittedly. But it also has 3 tunnels, which is kind of interesting. 3 tunnels and a half tunnel? I can't remember. It's got a lot of tunnel, like, action. Some tunnel action. I don't know what going through a tunnel on a wooden coaster would be, but it seems like a lot of wooden coasters out there actually have a lot of tunnels in them. I don't know why. Is there any specific reason that... I mean, tunnels are awesome. There's nothing wrong with tunnels. It's just like, why are there always tunnels on this? This is kind of interesting. Yeah, so here I'm working out. I'm like, it's not going very fast at the moment. It's going a little bit slower than what the actual coaster itself is actually going, like the real coaster. which I was a little bit, like, I started to get concerned about here. I'm like, I don't think that this is going to be able to make it back to the station with everything that it still needs to do. Because it needs to do a whole bunch more, like, hills. See, it doesn't even make that. I had to go back and raise this up or turn the speed at which it broke through the block brake section. I assume that's a block brake section on the real thing. There's a set of brakes there that I believe are block brakes. Right now, I made the block brakes not break the train as hard in hopes that that would then allow the train to go through the block brakes, the block brakes faster. Now, also, this is all filmed before the actual updates. The updates come out, was it yesterday, the day before? The day before yesterday, yeah. So the update has previously come out since then, but because I built this for last Friday, except I wasn't able to get it out on last Friday because this just took me way too long, and doing all the scenery and everything like that. And yeah, I just didn't have enough time. Also, it made me completely frustrated that we were never able to do the whole thing. I'm like, this is the worst thing that I've ever built. Why am I even building this? Because I basically made this section. I think it's this section. I made a lift hill, or the section we're currently working on right now is actually a lift hill because there was no way that we would ever be able to get around. I end up putting in another lift hill because it still doesn't really have enough speed to get anywhere. Right now, it goes around a whole bunch more turns still. And then it has to go back into the station, which I'm like, oh, God, what are we going to do? This is going to be bad. I don't know whether I built the station too high or whether it was supposed to come up a hill more or maybe I've made it too long. I don't know. Maybe, well, I've got to remind myself when I go back in and film the first person, I've got to find out how long the actual wooden coaster is and then find out how long our coaster is. Because, I mean, the lift hill's the right height. So that would mean that it wouldn't have any more speed that could possibly go in, I don't think, from memory. Now, we end up going in and, you know, I do a whole bunch of, oh yeah, we ride it in super fast motion! Yes! Oh, well, you... Yeah, so there we go, we rode it in fast motion. I think I'd do it again, actually. I forgot to totally cut those out of this time-lapse. Whoopsies! I'm sorry, I hope no one was seasick after that super hyper-speed time-lapse. And so that just shows you how quick, yeah, we're still moving it around and everything like that. We've still got a fair bit of this video left still. But basically now it's just a whole bunch of tweaking and making it correct. Because it's really, really not correct at the moment. Oh yeah, now I go in and actually start, because this has got a lot of terrain and scenery elements that are around it. We go ahead and build a tunnel section right here. Now, this is the tunnel section. We end up using the same, like, we build a basic tunnel section and then modify it a little bit for all the other consecutive tunnels that we actually put under. So they're actual tunnels with terrain over the top of them, which made things really, really difficult because you can't put the terrain, obviously, you can put the terrain over the top like this, but then when you flatten it out, it doesn't work properly. It's all, and then it doesn't smooth into the actual, like, scenery correctly, and it just got quite annoying. And then I'm like, okay, so maybe we'll put rocks there. No, that didn't work. Maybe we'll just build it up a little bit more. I think I turned the terrain clipping off there. And oh yeah, I'm painting down the roads because there's a big road that runs on the other side. Yeah, I definitely turned the terrain clipping off considering that bit just goes straight through the wall. But yeah, there we go. So I'm just making a whole bunch of terrain, just trying to at least get it somewhat correct. See, the thing is, all of the footage that I had didn't quite do it justice. I didn't quite know what it was supposed to look like, whether it was actually supposed to be going up a hill. Right now, I'm trying to cover over this hideous terrain section here, and I'm like, oh, maybe if I put cement blocks here, it'll work. I think I end up deleting them because it doesn't work. So, yeah, I was just trying to get it looking good, but I can never seem to get it look quite the way that I want to. And also, it doesn't make the tunnel that dark because basically the light can actually get through those little tiny, tiny sections of terrain. The lighting in the tunnel is still all squiff. Squiff? Yeah, I suppose it's squiff. Squiff's not even a word, Tycoon-A-Tron. What are you talking about? Is squiff a word? I don't even know if squiff's a word. Maybe squiff is a word. I like using squiff. So, inside the tunnel has a whole bunch of beams and pylons and stuff. So we've got a whole bunch of wooden pylons in the middle of the tunnel. We're just moving a whole bunch of terrain around. That's basically what this is. Now I used the same tunnel, put the tunnel over here, copied it in, made it all correct. Now I think I copied it. Did I copy it twice already? Yeah, no, it's only 2 tunnels, but there's 3 tunnel sections. But this one's got a half tunnel section on it, so I kind of put some planks around, make it kind of look correct. Move it up a bit taller, you know, do all of the things. Now, there is a gap there, which I try and put that thing in. That's not the best option, that little half floor thing, but that's what we ended up doing. So now I'm just basically trying to create this one to look correct as well, which I just slide that one back and make a little miniature tunnel. It's kind of correct, but then, yeah, there's another road that goes over the top of it, I believe. Yeah, now we're inside the tunnel getting rid of the dirt that is caving into the actual thing. Yeah, and then the stuff kept coming back, and I couldn't get rid of it, so that's enough of the tunnels. We've done all of the tunnels, which is great. Oh, you don't get to see the scenery time-lapse. Oh, well. Okay, so here we are back in the actual park, in the real time. Back in the park for the actual riding of the recreation. Now, if you look, there's a lot of trees and scenery and everything like that. That you guys, that you guys, I don't know, that is actually slowing down the game a fair bit already. And I might already have to swap parks out for the next episode and have a brand new park, because I want to have the best frame rate possible. Which does mean that we will no longer see good old Cheetah Hunt. Where is Cheetah Hunt anyway? Where's the actual coast? There it is, over there. We won't see Cheetah Hunt, and we won't see this one next episode, especially because wooden coasters have a lot of, they've got a lot of, polygons, yeah, vertices and everything like that with all of their supports. Kind of makes things a lot slower. But anyway, we're going to go and shut this down and ride this puppy. We're going to stop it first. We could have left it on. No, stop, double stop. So they're the ratings. It's not that great. Like I said in the time-lapse, we added a lift hill here. This is a lift hill right here at the top section, just to get it over that lump. And then there's also a lift hill here. Which is a little bit annoying, because that's not what the actual coaster does. I could have turned, like I said, the whole, the friction down to get it around this, but I didn't really want to. I wanted to keep the friction the same rate, so we just kind of hid the lift hills in certain places. But anyway, let's put it on test and ride it! Okay, here we go. Press the button, Mr. Mustachio! Wow, it's Mr. Mustachio. Bye, Mr. Mustachio, see you later! Did you see that gelatinous blob man? Mr. Mustachio was there. I know, he's the best. He's Mr. Mustachio. But anyway, here we go. Straight up the lift hill. Now, it's got flags at the top. The actual coaster's got flags at the top. They don't look like this. Also, the last one's American flag. I tried to put the American flag actually on there, but the actual American flag in the game is, gigantic. And I'm like, no, that doesn't work. So I just left the little flag sections here like this. So here we go, at the top of the lift hill already. That was really quick. We're on a voyage! Go! Voyager! But not Voyager. Oh no, there's trees on the track! Watch out! Whoa! Airtime! Oh yes! Woo-hoo-hoo! Through the tunnel! Watch out! Hold your breath! Oh, it's not an underwater tunnel? Yep. Whoa! Through the other tunnel already. Another one! Now we're back around. Technically, I suppose it's 6 tunnels, considering it goes back around. Through the little foresty section down here. Okay, yeah, it needs a little bit more smooth, I think. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Through the block break section. See you later, block break section. We're out of here. Keep going through the Humpty Lumps. Humpty Lumps? That's a new word I just invented. And then this is where it starts getting a little bit slow and not as intense and as extreme as it probably should be. As you can already tell, we're running out of speed. This is why it's not so exciting, because there's no speed going through this section. It would be actually quite... Oh, that is... Why didn't I smooth that section? Oh, well, too late now. And they were like, yay, whoa, oh, look, a chain lift hill. It's totally there. Like, the car, it's actually didn't slow the car down at all. I don't even think it sped it up, so that's kind of good. Whoa, that needs a bit of smoothing. But, whoa, it's so extreme right now. You can really feel the G's pulling you into your seat. That was me trying to talk slowly, because look how slowly we're currently going. Whee! Back up the last chain lift that's totally not there in the real coaster. Through another block break section right here. Is that a wheel-a-majig? I think that's a wheel-a-majig. Back into the station. And Mr. Mustachio's like, hey, I've got a control system. I don't know why I'm Italian either. I'll open these gates for you to get off. But Gelatinous Blobman's like, I want to go again. But anyway, guys, if I'm going to leave this episode here, so if you haven't liked this episode, and also if you want to download this coaster, the links are in the description. If you want to go ahead and vote for the next recreation that I go and make on the next episode of Recreations, then please do put it in the comments section as per usual, and thumb up any other ones in the comments section that you want to see recreated on the next episode. But, unfortunately, this is all I had time for, so if you have liked this episode, then please do leave a like. If your feelings are more complicated than a thumbs up or a thumbs down, then please leave it in the comment section. If you want to see more stuff like this in the future and you're not yet subscribed, then please do go ahead and subscribe. But this has been Tycoon-A-Tron, and have a good day! Look at them go! Gelatinous blob men flying! Wow, that's a really cool shot. I like that shot. Why don't I use this shot more? That's awesome. You can see the car, and it's like your head's hanging. Oh, I think we just took our head off.